Hey y'all, I just wanted to go ahead and do our Zoom for tonight for Tuesday, June 7th. We're having revival at our church tonight and really didn't want to miss that. But I didn't want y'all to miss Zoom either. So I decided to just go ahead and do a little recording. And the lighting in here is kind of crazy because now I have sun coming in this window. So I'm not really as concerned about y'all being able to see my face, but to hear the message that I'm trying to get across to you. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the summer slowdown. It's kind of typically what it's called in network marketing and what that means and how do you prevent it. Because this time of year gets slow in our business, and that's not just with Flexus, it's industry-wide. I know previously when I did Mary Kay, all of those companies typically do their conventions during the summer because it is the slowest time. So it's not taking you away from like the busiest time of the year to go to convention. And that also, like even with them, it's taught and it's known that summertime is a slow time. So it's one of those things that first of all, you just kind of have to know that going out of the gate so that you don't let yourself get discouraged because summer can be a little slower than typical. Now, why does that happen? Think about yourself and what's happened to you in the last month or so. I know for me, in the last month, I was trying to get ready for school to get out, going to a bunch of end of year parties, going to field days, all that good stuff. And then school gets out. And a lot of people went straight on vacation when school got out, or they're planning to go on vacation, or, just the fact that the kids are here and instead of being at school and, there's not as much downtime or whatever, and people get distracted. So it happens to all of us, and that doesn't mean that your business is going down the tubes. It just means that life is happening for not only you, but for a lot of people around you. So how do you prevent that from happening, or what can you do to help combat it? The first thing that I'm going to say to you is in regards to team pages. You have to stay active on team pages, guys. We put out a lot of information, and I put things on my team page on Pink Freedom that I don't expect your leaders to go and turn around and, like, if we have 5 leaders that are posting on their downline pages, I don't expect everybody to replicate every single thing that I put out there. It's just not going to happen. So it's very important that you're staying active on team pages and that you see what's going on. There's a lot of reasons for that. Number one, you don't want to miss anything. Like we post contests and things like that. If you aren't on Pink Freedom and you haven't been watching, then you've likely missed the contest that I posted for June already. And you're eligible for that because it's team-wide. So you want to make sure that you're staying engaged and that you're paying attention to those things. Also on, especially with larger team pages like that, like there's 300-400 people that are on that page, you start to build relationships with people that aren't just in your smaller downline team. So like when I first started Plexus, Kelly's team was small. I was her third person that made her silver. So, we were a small team at that point. But when I engaged on the larger team pages and, we went to those meetings and things like that, I started to make friends with people that are my sideline team members. Essentially, they're not, in our direct downline. So that's how you're going to develop those friendships and have partners in this business. And make sure you're commenting on posts and things like that and being really engaged. So that's a very critical piece, not just in summer, but in any time in regards to your business. The second thing is challenges. Now, if you haven't been participating in the summer challenge, maybe you just haven't been really engaged on the team page, or you somehow missed that Tamara had launched this. Tamara Holloway, who is our Diamond Upline, she had actually started the summer challenge with a bunch of different diamonds, and it was a 10-day challenge. And those things are to help you keep momentum going and to help you prevent a summer slowdown. So if you haven't started that, and today I think will be day 8 of that challenge, if you have not started that summer challenge, I'm going to challenge you now to go back and look at the post and start with day 1. It doesn't mean that, okay, you're going to be on the same page as everybody else. That's okay, but still do it. because it's the activity that's going to count. So if you haven't started, go back to day one and start with day one and complete that summer challenge. When summer challenge is over, you don't have to end there. You can always go back and repeat yourself, challenge yourself, and do the silver and 7 or something like that. Like, there's always going to be something going on to help you keep momentum going. So those things are really important. And again, if you're not on team pages and you're not participating, you're not going to see those things. In regards to Zooms and stuff like that, you really need to be engaged in team training. And my leaders can all tell you that I really do. Like, I put this out there to them all the time. I sent them a message this morning that said, like, you have to be the one doing the most and putting in the most effort when you're a leader, because that's what's expected of you from your team. But like you guys, we always tell you that it's really important to be on things because we don't want you missing. And a lot of people don't realize that, or they don't see the benefit in Zooms until they start doing them on a regular basis. Because not only are you just getting on a Zoom, but you're also starting to build relationships with the other people that are on them and the people that are engaging in the team Zooms and being part of that. So, we go over information that's real important. I know one of the things that I have gone over with on one of our Zooms about posting, and I still to this day will see people who will put their website in the comments or something like that. And, like you really want to go and say, hey, if you'll go back and watch that Zoom that I did on Facebook posting, you don't really want to be doing that. So if you haven't participated in all of our Zooms, there is a file that's on Pink Freedom where I listed all the links to the Zooms, so that you can go on there and you can see them and you can actually watch them again. And for your team members, especially when you're adding new team members, if those are things that they haven't seen, those are very important. The retention Zoom is huge, and it gives great information. It's not just about, okay, well, now I've built a team, let me see how to keep it. It's about how you're interacting with people before you even add them to your team. So the expectations leading into that. So all of those Zooms are really important, guys. I don't want you to, to kind of push that off, or to not think that that's an important part of your growth. It's huge. And being engaged is huge. If you're not engaged, your team's not going to be engaged. And I can't say that enough. It's very, very important. The next thing is posting. You still want to make sure that you're posting and not forgetting to do that, because as you're out with the kids, whether it's that you have the energy to keep up with Monday at Six Flags, or you got sunburned at Whitewater and you're using the body cream to take the sunburn away, whatever that looks like for you, you can incorporate your plexus space into your day so that it's not so salesy, but that you're actually still sharing about the product and incorporating that into your day. So please make sure that you're still posting and doing that. We say that all year round. If you don't post, you're a ghost, and that is so true, because people end up not joining you if you're not posting regularly, because they don't know if you're still doing plexus, or they don't know if you're taking it seriously. Like, I have had people join my team a year and a half, almost 2 years in, that named off several people that they know that do plexus. But the reason why they chose to join my team was because they knew that I was consistent with it, and they knew that I was in it for the long haul, because I have remained consistent with it since day one. So those things are going to end up making a difference, whether you think they are or not. Those people, sometimes they've never liked one post that you put out there. They've never commented on anything. You have no idea that they're even watching you, but guess what? They are. They're watching you. So you want to make sure that you're remaining consistent with your posting at all times. And lastly, be watching. This is definitely the time of year you want to be watching. Again, it'll go back a lot to the team pages. You've heard me say that if you're not planning to be at convention this year for whatever reason, maybe you just joined, or for personal reasons you weren't able to get there, you want to make sure that you plan now. Convention is usually at this time of year. So make sure that you're making plans now to be at convention next year. Whether that means, taking that vacation time off work for those few days, whether it's financially to start saving, whatever that is, trust me that you want to be at convention next year. You want to be watching for team pages. We're going to be sharing a ton of stuff whenever we go to Vegas. So you're going to see things like, where's Leaders Retreat going to be? What are the new products going to be? Lots of information is going to be coming to you when we get to Vegas. We're going to be flooding the team pages, and I want you guys to not miss that. I don't want you to miss the opportunity. I don't want you to miss posting about a great new product, because everybody is going to post about it. So if one of your friends that does Plexus is posting about that new product and you're not, your friend is going to be getting the business and you're not, because your audience doesn't know if you're engaged enough to know about it, and you're not telling them about it. So we have heard that these products are going to be huge, that it's going to be a really big game changer for our businesses. So I want you guys to be ready for that. If you're not ready for answering questions, if you're not ready for getting on it when that part of growth comes, then make sure that you do go back, revisit things, look at training. You can go on our team pages, and if you're on, if you're on a laptop, there's a little hourglass or a magnifying glass thing at the top where you can search, and you can put in a couple of keywords, and you can search the team page for those things, and it'll bring you up posts that are related to that. You can look at photos so that you can see graphics and things, and then you can click on that and see the post. So there's a lot of ways for you to navigate that. But have your knowledge ready so that when these things launch, you're ready for your customers and for your Facebook audience to know that, hey, I'm in this game. I've been in this game. One of the things that it really disheartens me at this time of year is when you see people who haven't been in the game, or they've not been regularly posting, and then when convention hits and a new product comes out, boom, they start flooding Facebook. That's not really going to get you anywhere. You need to have been being consistent prior to that time. So if you haven't been, today's your day to get on board, okay? I like to think of summer. Summer is like a building time. It's a developing time, not just for you, but for your business. Personally, we're able to learn a lot during summer because it is going to be a little bit slower. But we're also, that's a good time to pour into yourself and to pour into your team. But to stay consistent so people see that you're still doing it. Okay, maybe they're not thinking about Plexus, but you're still putting it out there for them. Maybe they're at the beach this summer and they're not happy with where they are because they didn't get the weight off, because they didn't start like they had thought they were going to. And it's just that nice little reminder as you go through. Those people, you're putting it out there for them and keeping that reminder going. But you don't want to be a hot, cold person, whereas, okay, well, I haven't posted about Plexus in 3 weeks or a month or whatever it is, or maybe I post once a week or something like that, and I'm not consistent at all, but we got a new product coming, so I want to make sure everybody buys it for me. And that's really how that comes off. So if you haven't been being consistent, I'm going to challenge you today to get on that and make sure that you're being consistent. And, post, I would say 2 times a day at minimum, but you need to also make sure you're incorporating your personal life into that so that people aren't only seeing Plexus posts from you. But if you're not being consistent, like I said, in posting already, make sure that you are doing that leading up to convention so that you're not one of those people that just floods Plexus during convention time, and people really aren't paying you attention then because they've already got somebody else that they're kind of looking at to be their contact for Plexus. So those are some things that I hope will help you guys see importance in pushing through. Like I said, Leaders Retreat contest will be coming out. You earn Leaders Retreat, so they typically retro it back to June 1st. So what you're doing right now is actually helping you earn credits towards Leaders Retreat. They're usually very similar to the convention contest as far as the way that we earn Leaders Retreat points. So just kind of keep that in mind. And of course, as we know, we will be sharing those things with you next week from convention. Again, the products will be coming out. We'll be launching those from convention. So again, just keep an eye out for all those great, exciting things that are coming. And if you're not participating in the summer challenge, then go back to day one and let's get on it. There's no time like the present to get involved and make sure that your business doesn't just completely die off during the summertime. So let's stay with it, guys. And I hope y'all have a great day. Thanks so much.